Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Through the Darkest of Times. This will be part 6 of our Let's Play. In the last episode, we made a lot of progress through this section, and we learned that we should probably start working with either the British imperialists, I guess, or, well, I'd say Democrats more, but, you know, whatever. Potato, potato. Or the communists of the Soviet Union. Or, I believe an option is we can just go nah and sort of side with nobody. Now, we have 2 explosives. We need a third to actually make a bomb so that we can blow up the Freedom Bell. Which may or may not even be what we want to do, actually. Do you want to meet with this foreign journalist? What do you need for this? Secrecy and literacy. So Arthur Ender's not terrible at that. Helen Kupfer is amazing. Really what we need, I think, is for, like, everyone to have the day off. Actually, how much do we have? We have 46 marks. Maybe we just send Ketman and Kupfer into hiding. And that's our thing for this week. I think that's what we have to do. Oh god, things are still happening. Haro, Peter Roth approaches me in front of our building. Peter, you look happier than I've seen you in years. That's because I am, he says cheerily. We have good news. Did you get your visa to the US? Better. I'm staying here. You're staying? But I thought you were going to emigrate. That was the idea, yes, but recent developments have convinced me and my family to try to give it another try. It seems like the government is going for different policy in how they intend to treat us. What about the Nuremberg laws? It seems like they are not going to implement the worst discrimination against us. They have even improved in some areas. Look over there, he points at a public bench. What's with that bench? It used to have a sign saying, Aryans only. Look at it now. The sign is gone. It's the same with public transport. There used to be Aryan-only areas, but all those signs are gone now. I hope you're right. You know what I think? I think during the early years they had to appease to the rather primitive anti-Semites from the SA and so on. But now they are trying to just become a normal country. Does a normal country discriminate against an entire part of its population just because of their religion? Of course not. So they get rid of that. I'm glad they're being less discriminatory, but I really doubt that they are truly evening out. Just wait. Just wait. In a year from now... Just wait. In a year from now, we Jews will be treated just as normal citizens of the Reich. And what will you do if they begin to persecute you again? Then we can still emigrate, can't we? I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Peter. I really do. Boom. So we lost some supporters, but we made 20 bucks. We're going to go into hiding. Everyone else is going to chill out for a bit. We countered the morale. Jews not allowed to become soldiers. The German War Ministry orders that Jews may not be drafted into the Wehrmacht. Friendship agreement with Austria. On the radio, Goebbels talks about a friendship agreement with Austria in which, above all, the recognition of Austrian independence by Germany is guaranteed. And a new airport in Frankfurt. A new airport is opened in Frankfurt on Main. Helen Kupfer is talking about watching the games in tonight's meeting. I feel conflicted. On one hand, I feel a sense of pride. I mean, I want our athletes to do well and to win gold, and we really are competing so well. Of course you want the athletes of your home country to win. But when the regime uses the victories of our athletes to prop up their narrative of the superiority of the Aryan race, it just poisons the whole thing, I say. I say. Helen nods. They use national pride to define what they are against. They use national pride to define what they're against, I say. It's true. Okay, so... still a bit of a crackdown going on here. Everyone's kind of chill, so I reckon... send a bike. Or do we need someone better? Ooh, I am very good at that, but not good enough. I think we'll just send Helen Kupfer. We'll do that. Can we do a break-in? Like, there's no way, is there? So what do we need for this? We need secrecy and strength. Yeah, which is Arthur Ender's, like, specialty. So he's our boy for that. Now, I have to go talk to the Christian community, I suppose. And then, what are you? You're like... right, empathy and secrecy, which is good for these, isn't it? Empathy's good for that. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. We'll just get a bunch more boys. Okay, we can't use the Honourable Woman yet. Because, yeah, we are hemorrhaging supporters. Okay, we got 5. So we lost 4, we got 5. So we're up 1. Arthur Ender wants to secretly give a note with information to a foreign journalist. He hands the note to the journalist. Both leave in peace. And Arthur and Amelia think they've been seen, so they actually haven't. Well, there's some suspicion. Cool. Again, more supporters from there. So we actually went up 28 supporters. That's pretty good. Big Germany exhibition opened. In Berlin, the Big Germany exhibition opens, which is supposed to show the achievements of the Reich to guests from abroad. Spain, uprising of the military. The military, together with the extreme right-wing Franco militias, tries to overthrow the government of the Republic. Olympic World Broadcaster starts work. The currently largest radio transmission system, built for transmitting the Olympic Games, allows 30 transmitters to be operated simultaneously. At our meeting, Helen Kupfer is angry with me. You're our leader, but I just don't know what you're doing. What's the problem? What's the problem, I ask her. I just can't believe you kept Arthur Ender in the group, even after finding out his partner is a member of the Nazi Party. Your loyalty to him is putting us in danger. We've been over this. He stays. We've already talked about this, and I made my decision, I say. Helen doesn't push any further, but she's clearly unhappy. How much morale do we lose? None? Also, to be fair, Helen Kupfer's not that great. Like, I'd pick Arthur Ender over her any day. Also, you're a national conservative. Are you kidding me? I mean, I get that we're all against the Nazis, but you know what I mean? Like, she's literally, like, the target audience. Yeah, so we want to do this, and then we can get explosives. Don't really need a fake passport, but we could get one. We could get Ketman to go and... Oh, wow, maybe not Ketman. Wait, what do we need? Literacy and empathy. Oh, which is me. Oh, but it is a really difficult mission. Okay. Yeah, well, 3 intel for a passport. Ouch. Collect donations in wedding. Yeah, okay, we'll send Ketman to do this, and me and Amelia Marla will chill out for a bit. Because we're gonna have explosives very shortly. I'm a bit worried about when the Olympics are. I don't remember. Gerhard Ketman, yeah, okay. Wow, $30. Good job, Ketman. They busted in. No, enforce it. We need this done. Has been seen, and Arthur thinks he's been seen. Okay. Spain, government of the Republic resigns. Under pressure from the Putschists, under the leadership of General Franco, the government of the Republic resigns. Germany offers help to Franco-Putschists. The German Reich government promises military and logistical aid to delegates of the coup d'etat, General Franco. Moscow calls on Spanish people to arm themselves. Workers, peasants, and citizens, take arms and defend yourselves against the fascists. When I arrive at tonight's meeting, I overhear Gerhard Ketman telling a story to the others, mocking the Nazi salute. And the marching and the music, what a load of junk. What did you see? I went to see a motion picture show at the cinema, but there was a short film before the show, of course, courtesy of Herr Goebbels, ridiculous propaganda, framing Hitler as a shining hero, benevolent and wise, welcoming our visitors. It's all a show for foreign visitors. They're doing everything they can to sell this big lie, I say. That's true, says Gerhard. There must be a way for us to use this for our cause. I heard there will be a live television station at the Olympic Stadium. It's like live radio, but with moving pictures, says Gerhard. If we manage to get in there and show pictures or even a movie of some of their atrocities, we would reach thousands. We would reach thousands of people at once, and the truth couldn't be stopped, I finish the sentence. Gerhard nods. This could be something, I think. Okay. Is that actually a mission? Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, which we need 3 SA uniforms and 3 critical intel, which I feel like that ship has sailed. We could possibly steal explosives, though. Who's our best boy for this? Ender. Okay, we'll bring a bike. The Ender, Kupfer, and someone with low heat, I guess. I don't know if that really helped that much. It just kind of made everything harder, but sure, I guess we'll do that. Okay, so that'll be our 3rd set of explosives. Now, me and Ketman, we're going to chill out, I think. In fact, we're going to go into high... Ooh, or do we do this one? $80. You know what? I think we're just gonna... Oh, wow. No, we can't. Oh, yeah, this actually requires, like... You have to physically do that. Just group member some air. That would have been good with the bike. Okay, no, we're just gonna go into hiding. Me and Gerhard, we're gonna hide for a bit. That'll be fine. Okay, so we have to enforce the explosives. If someone finds us, we have to go for it. At night, Arthur Ender sneaks into a quarry in Vicensea to steal explosives. Wow, and we didn't even get contested on that. Okay, well, we can blow up the Freedom Bell. Don't you dare be the end. I'm like 2 missions away. In front of the Berlin Zoologischer Garten train station. That's how you say that, I guess. Flags from all over the world flutter in the mild wind. I wait for my guest, holding a sign that says Thomas Fox. My guest is late. Should I just leave? I'll wait a little longer. Just as I'm about to give up, a man comes towards me, accompanied by 2 boys wearing the white uniforms of the Olympic Honor Service. I recognize him as the journalist from the Hindenburg. He shakes my hand and smiles. Hello, I'm Thomas Fox. We met on the Hindenburg, remember? Of course, he says. He turns to the boys. Thank you. Thank you very much. He gives each of them 1 mark. They thank him in decent English and leave. How was the journey? It was great, thank you. German trains have become much better. Still not as good as our American ones, but you are getting there. After a stop at Tom's hotel to drop off his luggage, we head straight to the Olympic Stadium. It's an impressive sight. The Olympic Stadium is covered in banners. Thousands of people are queuing up at the many entrances that lead inside. Loudspeakers set up under every tree play music and blare announcements. 2 towers, one with a swastika, the other with a clock, hold the Olympic rings between them. Wow, says Tom. I have to agree. Falk gave us VIP tickets that allow us to cut the line to get inside. Inside, we realize without surprise that we have premium seats. Take a seat. We sit down and the spectacle begins. Hitler and his men walk over the field. A little girl dressed up in white hands him flowers, then salutes him with an outstretched pale arm. The crowd cheers enthusiastically. Is this how a normal politician behaves? So what do you think about all of this now? Do your presidents behave like this? I asked Tom. Well, he says, the way to say hello are not as strict in the US as they are here, but in general I think every politician in the entire world loves to be seen with little children. Makes them appear human. He's being celebrated like a religious leader. This is not normal. How can you ignore this, I say. You're probably right, says Tom, but sometimes he behaves just like any other politician. Hitler takes the girl's hand and leads her from the field before ascending to the podium. Pompous music starts to play, grabbing people's attention. Hitler will use this opportunity to let the world hear him speak. To my surprise, Hitler gives the shortest speech I have ever heard from him. He declares the Olympic Games to be open. End of speech. The Olympic fire is lit, doves fly, pompous music plays, and even the Hindenburg flies in and hovers above the audience. What a spectacle. Whatever you think about their ideology, this is extraordinary. They know how to impress people. Is this why the Germans fall for this guy? Because you like being fascinated, and that's what he does so well. Like Wagner? Asked Tom. I don't think we are easier to impress than you Americans. Good point, Tom nods. However, presidential inaugurations and World's Fairs seem like shoddy carnivals in comparison to this. I think this little man with his ridiculous mustache has now impressed the world too. By now, the national teams are marching by, greeting Hitler and the audience. Some raise their right arms. So it seems. Look, now even the French team is saluting Hitler. I believe that is what they call the Olympic salute, says Tom. It looks disturbingly similar, though. But whatever you call it, the world is saluting Hitler right now. And can you blame them? This here is so impressive that I'm beginning to understand why everyone applauds. But haven't you heard about the Jews? To tell you the truth, says Tom, there are quite a few people in the United States who believe Hitler is right, and who wish for our own version of him. We have anti-Semites too, and even most of those who consider themselves Democrats, or at least liberal-leaning, are much more afraid of communism and the Soviets than they are of Hitler at this point. You must change their minds. Thing is, he says, there are all these rumors, sure, but I've never seen a concentration camp, and neither have my readers. I never saw a Jew being mistreated, and neither have my readers. Bring me proof, and I might be able to convince them. What kind of proof do you need? Pictures, or even better, film. Bring me something, and I'll make sure it gets published at home. I'll try. We stay for another 2 hours and watch the athletes passing by, paying tribute to the German Chancellor, before the event starts to wind down. So, what's next on the agenda? Asked Thomas. What has Falk planned for me? You'll like it. You're making me curious, Harrow. Let's go, before everyone else starts to leave the stadium as well. We take a taxi to a place at Kudam in Charlottenburg that Falk had recommended. Wow, says Tom when we arrive. This looks just like the old Berlin, the one I know from 1929. But I had heard that there was no nightlife anymore. This must be staged for visitors. The Nazis closed most places like this 2 years ago. Seems like they've reopened them. Looks exactly like one of the places I used to go to, says Tom. Then, when we enter. The dance club really does look just like they did before Hitler. Women in extravagant dresses and bold haircuts, elegant men in tuxedos, everyone dancing and chatting. We take a seat at the bar so we can see the dance floor, but they seem to be playing... Wait, they're playing jazz? I know this song, says Tom. They're playing it at every bar in New York right now. I can't believe it. For 3 years, the Nazis have banned all kind of jazz music from being played in public. They called it un-German and degenerate. But here we are, a big place on Kudam is playing American jazz. I don't know what's going on here. They banned this kind of music. Given this, says Tom, making a gesture toward everything around us, I'm afraid most American visitors will come home and tell their neighbors that Germany is doing just fine. That it is a country just like any other, and that all those stories about daily cruelties and mass oppression are exaggerated. We need to tell those visitors the truth. I understand, says Tom, but I'm afraid the staging is just too good. No one will believe you. There is only one thing that would make Americans turn against your Nazi regime. What is it? What would make the US turn against Hitler? War. The only thing the average American is more afraid of than communism is another war. The last one almost destroyed our economy for good. Most people are still convinced that the Great War caused the Great Depression. If you manage to find proof that not only is Hitler planning a war, but that it will be a war that affects the US, then you might get them on your side. Proving that Hitler is planning a war is going to be difficult. It won't be easy, but I will find your proof, I say. Good, let me know once you have it, says Tom. We call it a night, and I go back to my place. I think about what we've seen today. Back at my place, I think. We must not fall for their show, that's all it is. It's all staged to deceive people. No matter what charade the Nazis played today, their intentions are dark and their plans are evil. It's all staged. We must not fall for their farce. Olympic Games opened in Berlin. The Führer and Reich Chancellor of the German Reich, Adolf Hitler, opens the 1936 Summer Olympics at Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Italy supports General Franco. Italy sends planes and ammunition to insurgents Franco-Pucists in Spain. England and France send warships to Spain. England and France send warships to Spain to protect their own population from the uprisings. There's something I don't understand about these Nazis and racists, says Helen Kupfer during our meeting. How can they be so selective about whom they hate? What do you mean about selectively hating? There was a line of people waiting to get autographs from one of the American athletes, and he was black. At least a couple of the people in line had the swastika armband on. Don't they see the hypocrisy? Their whole worldview is irrational. I don't expect Nazi hatred to be rational, I say. Okay. We have a bomb. Or we can get a bomb. Sorry, correction. Ooh, Arthur Ender leveled up. We will give him more strength, I think. So now he's a real, secrecy strength machine. Okay, an interview with Tom Fox. Tom Fox gave us his business card on board of the Hindenburg so we could bring him information printed in his magazine. So we could do this. Ugh. They know about him, though. And there's no good way around it. Although, we have a lot of marks. Maybe we put... Actually, wait, what do we need for the bomb? We need secrecy and literacy, which is not me all over, but pretty much. That honestly looks good enough. So I say we do this, and then Arthur Ender and Helen Kupfer, actually, we'll put them the other way around, can hide. Then we can send Arthur Ender on the mission to do an interview. That feels like a good move. I'm really worried. I feel like I need to rush this. I feel like I need to rush this because the Olympics are on. So we really need to, you know, get snappy. We've been attacked. No, we're going to enforce it. No one better die. Okay, we just had some people be seen. That's not the end of the world. Arthur Ender's fine. Boom. Jesse Owens wins 4 times gold. The US-American Jesse Owens, the outstanding athlete at the Berlin Summer Olympics, has won a total of 4 gold medals. German volunteers for Spain. The first German voluntary squads arrive in Cadiz, Spain to support the fascists in their struggle against the Republican government. The squads are made up of soldiers of the Luftwaffe in civilian clothes. KPD. Anti-fascists. Help Spain. The Central Committee of the KPD in Paris calls on all anti-fascists to help the Spanish people and the Spanish Popular Front together. Sorry I'm late again, says Arthur Ender as he arrives at tonight's meeting. I could hardly get onto the train, they are so crowded. It's difficult for me too. I'm having a hard time getting around the town as well, I say. There are tourists everywhere today. I read in the paper that the Berlin's metro system has served 62 million people in 20 days, says Helen Kupfer. Can you imagine that? If we'd spread leaflets at one of the central stations, we would reach a lot of people at once, says Arthur. Aren't those stations heavily guarded? They are, but only during the day, says Arthur. Sounds like an opportunity for us to pull back the curtain and show outsiders what's really going on, I say. Boom, so we can spread leaflets at the U-Bahn. Okay, but we could just blow up the Freedom Bell. Okay, but maybe we give an interview with Tom Fox. Doubtful past, an athlete, reckless activist. Doubtful past, you're pretty good at that too. Just send Amelia Mahler on a bike to secure this. I say we do that, we send Gerhard Kettmann on a retreat. We can basically drop that bomb at any time. And I sort of want to do that and like... Wait, what did he... Oh, threatened delivery man. Right. Okay, and I kind of want to bring intel to the Secret Service. Oh, but we can't now because we're doing this one, which needs 3 intel. Okay. Actually... Yeah, no, this is fine. Look, we don't need the British, okay? We'll do it ourselves. Yeah, we'll enforce it. Again, like, we're getting to the end now. So Arthur Ender meets with the American journalist Tom Fox to share some of the critical information about the Nazis we collected. Someone's been watching. There is a witness. They have a good conversation. Arthur Ender leaves the address without attracting any attention. Not Amelia Mahler, though. She's been seen. Okay, Gerhard Kettmann, he just hides for a bit. Oh no, not another cutscene. Don't you dare be the end of this chapter. I'll be pissed. We come over a small hill, and I see a group of wagons next to a handful of barracks, where children play in the dirt nearby. This must be the camp. Don't you want to take a picture? Asked Berta. Yeah, we'll take a picture of the camp. Take out my camera and take a picture of the camp. The smell of human waste hits me so hard I can barely breathe. I look at my companion. What's the smell? Sewage. They force them to stay between a waste dump and a cemetery, in between excrement and corpses. Not sure if by evil intent, but for Romani, there is no place worse. Who forces them to stay here? The police, and your couple of families who stayed close to Strasburger Platz. A couple of weeks ago, they were suddenly gone. I asked around and learned that the police had brought them here. What did they do? Sorry, just having a drink. According to the new Nuremberg laws, Romani people are social misfits and vagabonds. The authorities wanted them out of the city before the Olympic Games. Do you think they'll let them return after the Games? I don't think so. As I said, they applied the Nuremberg laws. We will see this happening to more and more people, not just gypsies. If you ask me, they would do the same to the Jews right now, if they weren't so scared of the foreign press writing about it. But with the gypsies... No one cares about the gypsies? Most people don't care about the gypsies. They are seen as inferior people almost everywhere. Shush now, we're here. The policeman at the entrance has been watching us for a while. He stops. Heil Hitler, Sister Berta, he says. Blessings to you, says Berta. He looks at me. Heil Hitler. We bring the milk as usual. She points at our handcart and the milk jug's on it. Alright, go in. I'll just go in. I'm not going to take a picture of that. A group of children comes running towards us, greeting Sister Berta. They are all chattering happily amongst each other. She greets every single child by name and asks them to follow us. Take a picture of the children. I ask the children if I can take their picture before doing so. A woman who is washing her son wraps him in a sheet and she sees us. When she sees us. Hello, Sister Berta, she prods the boy who is shivering in his towel. Good afternoon, Sister Berta, says the boy and bows politely. Greet them. Hello, Maria, says Berta to the woman. My dear Oscar, so good to see you today. How are you? Sorry, so good to see you. How are you today? When the boy doesn't react right away, the woman prods him again and he hastily says, I'm fine, thank you, Sister Berta. How are you, Sister Berta? I'm very good, thank you, Oscar. And this is, Sister Berta points at me. I am Harrow. I introduce myself. Harrow is a good man and might be able to help you, says Berta. Hello, Harrow, says the woman. So you want to help us, is that true? If I can, I will. She looks at me and shrugs. I honestly don't know whether you can help us or not. A little girl from the group of children who followed us from the entrance pulls at my sleeve and whispers, Can we have some milk, please? Of course you can have some milk. Help yourself. Please, all of you, get yourself some milk. That's why we brought it. When we are done filling all kinds of vessels with the fresh milk from our cart, I look at Maria and say, Sister Berta says something is troubling you. Maria gives me a suspicious look. There's a strange doctor. Well, he says he's a doctor. I don't know if he really is one. He comes here regularly with this even stranger woman. What does this strange doctor do? The doctor and his helpers, they look at us, check us. Bodies, teeth, like animals. They take pictures. And they take the children. Where do they take them? Tell him, Oscar. They bring us to the Institute, says Oscar. Have you been there? Yes, it's far from here. You have to go by car. I went there twice. It's really nice and the food is good there, says Oscar. What do they do there? They give us food, and we can play games. Then they ask us questions. It's really nice. I want to go again, but Mummy says I'm not allowed. Is that true? I don't trust them. I don't know what they're doing with the children, but I don't like it. They measure them. They take pictures of them as if they were exotic animals. I think they're up to something, and it's nothing good, says Maria. How can I help you? Suddenly, the children run towards the camp's entrance. Here they come, says Maria, and points at the gate, where a man and woman accompanied by 2 policemen enter the camp. We should get out of sight, says Maria. Hide behind a caravan. We quickly hide behind a caravan and look at the group, which is now surrounded by children from the camp. The man holds Oscar's head and looks at it closely, while the woman stands next to him and takes notes on a clipboard. Take a picture. Although we're a bit too far away, I still give it a try and take out the camera to give a picture of the scene. A group of adults from the camp has also formed. Some shout at the doctor and his assistant. Leave our children alone! Go away! The policemen raise their nightsticks to threaten them. Take a picture. Take a picture of the scene. The atmosphere of the gate is getting heated. The adult residents come closer and closer. I'll just stay. I stay where I am and observe. When Maria pulls Oscar away from the doctor, one of the policemen hits her arm with his nightstick. Maria cries in pain and jumps back. More people from inside the camp start yelling at the group. Take a picture. Another picture of the conflict is taken. I hear the sound of a police whistle and more policemen come running, nightsticks drawn. As they beat them, the civilians retreat into the camp. Take a picture. The camera clicks. The doctor and his assistant push Oscar into a car parked in front of the gate as he wails. Maria and the other residents try to break through, but the police block their attempts. The engine starts and the car drives away. Take a picture. I take a picture of the car as it departs. We should get out of here. The police haven't reacted to the fact that we are here. Better if it stays this way, says Sister Berta. You're right, let's leave. The best way to help is letting the world know what's happening here. If the policemen take your camera, you'll have no proof. We leave the camp at the opposite end to avoid the guards. When we are safely on our way back to Marzan, I ask Berta. What do you think I'll do to the boy? I have no idea, but I do not like it one bit. Hitler has been talking about solving the problem of Jews, the Romani and everyone who isn't a healthy Aryan in Germany for years. But no one ever seems to ask what solving the problem really means. He won't kill these people, will he? Even for Nazis, that would be taking it too far. I don't know. I really don't, says Sister Berta, and looks back at the camp where we see campfire smoke rising in the setting sun. But I know that what we just saw is only the beginning. Oh no! Son of a bitch. In September 1936, National Socialist Germany was largely accepted and well respected at home and abroad. At the same time, the Nazis began to exclude Jews, Sinti, and Roma, the disabled and so-called asocialists from society. It was the beginning of what ended in the killings of millions. Your leadership is strong and stable, and your group has recruited and retained enough supporters that it can withstand the brutal crackdown. Damn it! We were just about to blow up the thing. Ugh.
The camp knew of the events of that day.
I wish it gave you more warning. That's probably my only complaint so far. I guess you just want to like pick a goal and do it as quick as possible.
The new Germany was being celebrated in Berlin, as if it were a country like any other. Hitler lied, and the world wanted to believe him.
That is true though, like...
In 1938, Britain and France gave in to Germany's aggressive demands to annex the Sudetenland.
Ooh, so we're going into
Thereafter,
World War II.
Austria followed. When the Wehrmacht invaded Poland, Britain and France finally decided to declare war on Germany. An unleashed Wehrmacht spread murder and annihilation across Europe. The Nazis
Awesome, so we're going to be an actual resistance now, maybe.
And we were devastated.
Okay, stop Hitler's war. Oh, I'm so annoyed that we didn't... We could have done it. We could have done it right there. Shit. Hitler made his threats come true and brought war to Europe. Sudetenland, Austria, and Poland are under German control before Great Britain and France finally declared war on Germany. Shortly after Germany occupied France, we were stunned to see fascism spread throughout Europe. Croatia joins three-power pact. Venice, Croatian Prime Minister Ante Pavlic signs Croatia's accession to the military alliance between Italy, Japan, and the German Reich. Finland leaves League of Nations. Finland's government says the League of Nations no longer benefits the country and declares its withdrawal. German embassies in the US to be closed. The US government calls on Germany to close all embassies in the United States. Shit, things are heating up. But guys, we are going to leave this episode here. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out the other videos on there. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comment section down below so I can see it. And I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Bring on World War II. Goodbye.